officially going. So again, welcome. It's Jessica Riverson, Permission to Charge. I'm calling this the Permission to Charge show. It's one of my first few blabs, probably fourth or fifth time I've been on blab. I've been having a lot of fun. And our topic today is how to easily attract discovery sessions. I'm going to teach you 3 steps, and we've got some awesome people on the line, or I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but this is a new technology for me. So on the blab, we've got a couple people who I know are probably going to have some great tips, especially with my 3rd tip. I think Kathy Ann and Kylie would have some really good strategies, because I'm going to be talking about your sales funnel to get people into your sales funnel so you can book discovery sessions with them. So that's that's actually the 3rd tip. So hopefully Kathy Ann and Kylie, you guys will weigh in on this. If either of you want to join the blab, let me know and I'll unlock the seat. And if you can share this topic with everyone on Twitter, go ahead and press the little blue button that says tell a little birdie, and it will tweet this topic and this blab out to the universe. So thank you so much for doing that. I'm sure this topic is really important for a lot of people. Thank you, Kylie. So I really appreciate you guys being here. I'm pretty new at blab, but I've been having a great experience so far. If you at any point in time resonate with what I'm saying, you can give me props, which is these little yellow hands down here. And if you would like to, thank you so much, Kathy Ann. If you would like to join in and be seen live, I would love to have you. And if not, you can, post in the chat box. Hey, Ashley. Awesome. So I know, Kathy Ann, what you do, because I saw your profile, and Kylie. Ashley, tell us what you do as we get into this topic, so I know what your specialty is, and I can try to tailor the tips I'm going to give to your business as well. And also I'll know maybe if there's something you want to join in and talk about. So we're going to get started in just a second here. Again, if you want to join, please click where it says join. I think it's on your end. I think it says join, and I can let you into the seat, and you'll be live with me. So, okay, so I'm going to get started talking about how to easily attract clients. I mentioned a moment ago, I've had a lot of great results recently with getting discovery sessions booked in a variety of methods, especially Facebook. So I think something really cool happened on, let me look at my calendars. It's like, what day is it, right? It's like 8:00 at night where I am. Okay, so, and I put this blazer on for all of you, okay? I don't just walk around in a blazer at 8:00 at night, just so you know. I'm wearing a summer dress underneath, so I want to be professional for you all. Hey, Wanda, nice to meet you. Okay, Ashley said she's a college student doing nothing special. Well, I bet you're doing something special. Just being here is special. So, but thank you so much. Hey, Wanda, tell us your specialty, what you do. And if any of you want to join live, go ahead and click join. And I'd love to have you as part of the conversation. So something really cool happened, I believe, let's see, today's Wednesday. I think it was Monday night. It was like 11 o'clock at night, and I was posting on Facebook, and I got 2 discovery sessions booked right off the bat within a few minutes. So let's see. Ashley said she wants to be a teacher. Awesome. Cool. I actually own a tutoring company that I've had for 11 years. So in addition to my coaching business, I also have been doing that. So I really know a lot about the education industry. Dwana is a community economic development expert, grant writer extraordinaire, nonprofit thought leader, coach, and consultant, the CED doctor. That's awesome. I love your title. That's so cool. All right. So this really cool thing happened 11 o'clock on Tuesday night or Monday night. I was posting, and I got 2 discovery sessions. Then the next morning, I got 2 more discovery sessions, and I've just been really learning all these different strategies to get discovery sessions. So Maytar would like to join. So first, tell me who you are, Maytar. What's your specialty? Tell me a little bit about yourself before I have you join us live. Hey, David, tell us what your specialty is. So I'm going to tell you 3 tips today because I bet you would like to know how I've been booking all these discovery sessions. What I've been doing is following these 3 core steps. And of course, we could expand for days on each one of them, but I only have a little bit of time here. So, okay, so does anyone know how to block somebody? I'm new to that. So I don't think we're going to have you on, Maytar. This probably is not the blab for you. David, tell me a little bit about yourself before I let you on to the blab. I like to kind of know who's coming on first. Okay. So I'm going to get into the first tip, which is to have a compelling, no, actually that's not my first tip. Hold on a second here. That comes second. The first thing is you have to have clarity. Okay. So, awesome. Thank you, Heroic. Maybe you can tell me how to block people. So the first tip is clarity. Clarity on who it is that you serve. This might seem like a complete no-brainer. You've probably heard it before, but if you are having the intention to use social media to get discovery sessions booked onto your calendar and you don't have some serious clarity, it's going to be very difficult because you're basically looking into this sea of, social media. There's all these Facebook groups that you might be involved in. There might be LinkedIn groups, or you're tweeting, and there's just all these people, and you don't know really who you're speaking to unless you take the time to get clarity on that. So if you're just joining, this particular blab is geared towards coaches who want to more easily attract clients. And it looks like I lost my light because I had some lighting coming in here from the window, and now the sun has gone down. So hopefully you guys can see me well enough. So the first thing is to get clarity. Does anyone have a suggestion or something that's worked really well for them to get that clarity around who it is they're speaking to? Because I've got great tips, but I know we've got some great experts on here as well. So feel free to share any tips you might have about that. My number 1 tip to getting clarity is to get a piece of paper and create you guys have heard of this probably, an avatar. So maybe you're drawing a picture, or you actually take a picture of a client that you've worked with before that you would love to work with, and have this on a piece of paper and start writing down information about that person. So how old are they? Is it a male or a female? You don't always have to segregate that, but it can often be very helpful if you know that you're looking for women versus men. So you're going to write that down. You're going to write down, what are their hobbies? What are their interests? What kind of groups might they be on? We have to be very clear about who this offer is for, because before you can sell anyone your program, you've got to be able to enroll them in a discovery session. Okay, so if we're not really clear about who this offer is perfect for, then you're going to be putting it out there over and over. Maybe you've done this before where you posted and it's like, nobody's signing up for my discovery session. First of all, I don't always post for discovery sessions. It's actually better to provide value and get people into your sales funnel. So I'm going to go into that in a moment. So Wanda, you're asking if I charge for a discovery session. That's a great question. Being that my company is called Permission to Charge, you might wonder, are you charging for your discovery session? I, at this time, do not charge for my discovery sessions. I call it a consult, but so many of my clients call theirs a discovery session, a strategy session, a clarity session. I like to call mine a consult because I'm a business coach and I'm consulting. So, that's a great thing to talk about, actually. There's pros and cons to charging for your free discovery session, or it's not free if you charge, but there's pros and cons. Right now, my closing ratio is about 80% most of the time. Depends if I get a huge influx of leads, discovery sessions booked, then it can go down just a little bit if the quality of the leads is going down. But if I get quality leads, I will convert most of them. And for that reason, I don't like to charge for my discovery session. I like to just get on the phone with as many discovery sessions as possible. But I think it depends on your goal. If you have a lot of pent up demand, if you have a lot of discovery sessions being booked, then you might want to consider charging. I'll give you an example. I met this awesome woman who's I can't remember the name of the association, but it's like the Women Bodybuilders Association. And she is really good at what she does. She's won a lot of titles, and she created this program that helps other men and women compete in bodybuilding. And so what she does is when someone comes to her and they want her to train her and prepare them for a competition, she charges them $100 to meet with her, and she assesses them and she does an evaluation. So I think that model could apply to almost any business. I mean, permission to charge, right? It's up to you. If you want to charge for it, go for it. I think that the reason it works for her is because she's built up a lot of pent up demand. She's got a large audience. She's got a large community. She is an expert in her field. She's known. She has a celebrity status. Hey, Kathy Ann. Okay, I'm going to bring you in just one quick second. Okay. Let's see here. And I'm going to just finish my thought while she's coming on here. So it works for her because she has that credibility. Hi, Kathy Ann.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. Okay, where are you located?
Okay. I am in Trinidad right now, and it's almost 11 p.m. I was actually going to bed.
That is so, yeah, you should be going to sleep.
Yeah, but when I saw you posted.
I've never been to Trinidad, but I would love to go there someday.
Okay, well, I just wanted to support you, so I said, let me come on and jump on and see what you were doing and hang around for a little bit.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, why don't you tell us about you and your business, and then I'll go on to my other tips.
Well, you were doing a really great job in terms of talking about the way that other person was using social media or being able to charge her customers. You were really correct in saying because she had built up an audience and she does have a following, that she has already built up that credibility. So she can charge off the bat. The difficulty for someone who's just starting up is that they don't have that. So in order to build that, they do probably have to do some of to give away some stuff for free, give away some consultations for free and things like that, because they still have to build up that credibility before they're able to simply just jump in and start charging. Right.
Yeah, that's a good point. And, I mean, I don't know that many coaches that charge for their consultation. I know coaches who charge, let's say 20,000 or even 100,000 for their consultation, and they don't charge. Now they're going to make you go through an application process. But I think the other way that it could work, if you want to charge, if you have a very specific niche, like this woman that I was telling the story about, she has something very specific, helping you, compete in a bodybuilding competition. And I think she does natural bodybuilding. Yeah. So she has like a very specific expertise. She's not like other personal trainers. Right. So I think for that reason, she could also charge, let's say like maybe you are someone who specializes in working with chiropractors to build their practice. And that's a pretty highly specialized niche. You could say, well, if you want to talk to me, you have to pay $200 for the initial consultation. Right. I think you're right. Like, you have to be more known, but it could also help to position you. If you do charge, people are going to go, wow, it's like, this person must be pretty expert. I mean, their time must be really valuable. So I think there's a lot of pros and cons to charging for your discovery session.
But you're correct in saying that once you determine who your ideal client is, it helps you to know whether your client is going to be able to pay off the bat or not.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's very true. Uh-oh. Turn that off.
No problem.
Okay, I need to make a list of like all the rules to get prepared for a blab, like turn your phones off, do this, do that, put a sign on your door so your don't knock on your
But
door.
I think what makes Blab as interesting as it is that you can come as you are. You see, I'm going to sleep. This other half of me is in sleeping clothes.
Yeah.
And so
And
that's
that's what I was saying. I put this jacket on over my summer dress.
and Blab seems to allow you to be able to just come as you are and just interact as you are. So, you know, the phone rings, I see people eating while they're blabbing and drinking and whatever. So I guess it's how you want to come across in the end. But it's okay that the
Absolutely.
phone rang.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on. Tell us how we can find you. Where are you? You know, I know you're a social media expert, so how can we find you?
Well, I'm on Twitter, so you can find me just by clicking on my Blab profile here. I tend to like to help people, small businesses and small business owners who are just starting up, just to help you get through the muddle of what to do next, because there's so much information out there. You're thinking, maybe I should be on Instagram, should I be on Blab, should I be on Twitter, where should I be? And I try to help people to go through that, to try to clarify all of that, because it can be confusing, and settle into the platform that will work best for them. So I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook. The name of my page is Kayleon Media Marketing. So it's okay for anybody to just message me. I love to talk to people about social media. So my first consultation is usually free. But I was really interested in what you have done to reach more people. You know, you want to see the techniques working in real time. And so that's why I popped on. So I want to thank you for the opportunity.
Well, I'm going to share some more examples in just a second.
So I'm going to hang around for a little bit, and I'm going to encourage people who are here to jump on, ask your questions, make this really interactive, and let's support Jessica. And let's, as we're in the room, let's all follow each other and that sort of thing. That's how we build and grow community. So guys,
awesome.
Jessica, have a good night.
Okay, thank you. You too. So I want to reiterate what Kathy Ann just said, and please go ahead and follow her. Click on her profile and follow her. And she just said, everyone that's in this chat, follow each other. Click on their profile, follow them. That's how we're connecting with each other. Hey, Jessica. Hey, Jenny. Hey, Danielle, Sue, Dr. Lisa, Brian, Kimron. Awesome to see you guys. If you are a coach or a service provider, what I am teaching you is how you can more easily attract clients, discovery sessions, and that leads to enrolling a client in your services. So the first step that I mentioned was to get clarity. You have to be clear on who is the person that you are serving. Okay, it seems like a no-brainer, but it's very, very important. If you don't know that person as well as you know your best friend. Okay, let me say that again. If you don't know your ideal client as well as you know your best friend, then you have a lot of work to do, because it's going to be hard for you to speak the language that's going to resonate with them, that will cause them to say, oh my gosh, I have to talk to Jessica, or have to talk to Danielle or Sue or Kathy Ann, right? So if you're just joining this, I'm going to move into the next two tips that I have for how to attract clients easily. Or I did put clients. I meant to say I actually started a Blab and then I had to restart it because my video wasn't showing up. So the original title was How to Attract Discovery Sessions. And of course that does lead to clients. Hey, Jay, is it Jay? JAW Speaks. Awesome to see you here. Okay, so I'm going to keep it going here. I want to share another example, since you guys were wondering how I've been booking so many discovery sessions through Facebook. I'll give you another example. Recently, let's see, it was just this past Saturday. On Saturday, I did a webinar, and the webinar was called How to Stay Booked with Discovery Sessions and How to Convert 8 out of 10 of those discovery sessions. So I had just finished the webinar on Saturday morning, and I was super excited. I was just feeling really good about it, and I had such a great time. And I went into a few of the groups where my ideal clients hang out, and I said, hey, I just did this great webinar, and I stated the title, How to Stay Booked with Discovery Sessions and How to Convert those into clients. And then I posted a picture, which was a screenshot of me during the webinar. And I said, private message me if you would like to hear the replay. So I want you to think about what I did, okay? So I knew where my ideal clients were hanging out, and I was already part of the group and had engaged somewhat in those groups. Then I shared some content for free. I didn't even make them give me their email, by the way, which is normally you want to get people's email, but people don't always want to give their email right away when they don't know you. So I didn't even require their email. And so I want you to think about that. I knew where my ideal clients were. I knew that they had this problem of booking discovery sessions. So I shared a piece of content that I knew they would be interested in. Now, I was surprised how interested, but I'm glad that it just goes to show that I really know my ideal client. So I want you to think about this right now for your business, because you may not do the same thing I do. Your coaching or consulting business may not be the same thing. So I want you to think about, okay, who's your ideal client? What groups are they hanging out in? And what is that problem that is such a juicy problem for them? Like when you talk about that problem, they're like, oh, I have that problem. You know, this issue around being able to book consistent discovery sessions is something that's a real frustration for my clients. So I want you to think about, hey, Tina, I want you to think about what is a frustration for your clients. What's the thing that really is just so on the surface for them? It might be, if you're a health coach, it could be that they feel like they never have anything to wear, and they don't even want to leave the house because they feel like, this may be more for like a woman, but maybe she feels like she doesn't want to leave the house because she never has something to wear. And so she's just like embarrassed, and she's declining offers from friends to get together because she doesn't feel good about her body. That, if you could speak in that language, in the way that this woman is feeling, she's going to be start to listen and want to read more. And that's I'm going to get into the second tip. But just walking you through what happened. So I posted some free content. Thank you for the props. If you are resonating with what I'm saying, there's these little these hands, and you can give me props if you like the tips that I'm giving you. And for those of you that have just got on, if you know other coaches that maybe would need to hear this, or other service providers, there's a little button that says tell a little birdie, and you can share this blab with other people. So then what happened was there was like 10 or 15 people that wanted this webinar replay. So not my whole Saturday, but my Saturday got pretty busy. I did the webinar, then I posted in a few groups. And then I had all these people private messaging me saying, I want the webinar replay. I want the webinar replay. So then I individually wrote each of them back, gave them the webinar replay. And I was also very friendly. Maybe some of the people are on this blab right now. I try to be friendly and share, ask them questions like, what kind of coaching do you do? Or what's your specialty? So someone's asking, how about stress? If you can give me more information, be a little more specific, I could totally answer that question. So I'm getting off track here. So I responded to every single person, and then I asked them questions and tried to create, some kind of rapport. And then what I did was if they were a female entrepreneur, I invited them into my Facebook group that's for female entrepreneurs. Okay. Now I did have a lot of men that wanted the replay, and unfortunately that particular Facebook group that I have is for female entrepreneurs. So I didn't invite the men to that, but I did give them the replay. And then I checked back with all of them and said, hey, how'd you like the webinar? Hope you've listened to it. Now, some people said, oh, I haven't listened to it yet. And some people said they were going to get to it. And I said, if this topic was, really something that was compelling for you, I have a discovery session audit where I will analyze why you are not consistently generating new leads, new discovery sessions. And then I'll analyze why you're not converting at least 8 out of 10 of them into new clients. And then I gave them a link to my time trade. So several people took me up on that offer. And you want to be careful not to make the offer too soon. I did make the offer quite soon. And so I think probably a strategy next time, I would maybe not offer it quite as quickly. but I did get some people take me up on that offer. And then the next morning, which was this morning, I woke up to 2 people out of, I said it was like 15 people had already enrolled into my sales program, where I teach coaches and service providers how to book discovery sessions and how to convert them. So if you can just take what I'm giving you and see it from the perspective of your business, then you can see the structure that I followed. So I made sure that I was clear on who I was delivering, where I was posting my message. And then I was clear that I had something that they wanted, which leads me into my second tip, okay? Hey, Brian. Hey, Joy. I want to welcome you guys. So we're talking about how to book discovery sessions and turn those into clients. And I just delivered the first tip, which was being very clear on who this ideal client is. And the second one is to make a compelling offer. I did it. If you watch my other blabs, some of them get really long, but I did some other blabs on, I think my most recent blab before today. Hey, Catherine. By the way, all of you that are joining, would you please tell me your specialty? Because I do like to give lots of examples. And if you tell me your specialty, I could give you an example of how you could position your offer for a discovery session and make it more effective so that people will book discovery sessions with you. Okay. And someone asked me about stress. And so I just need a little bit more information. I could probably give you an example of how to word that. I was working, hey, Style Storing. Okay. I'm like looking at all your guys' names here, but tell me what your specialty is. And I'm going to read what Kylie said. So Kylie said, by offering the webinar obligation free, you're giving them valuable information, introducing yourself, and beginning to build the know, like, and trust factor. Yes, thank you. This is key to establishing relationships which lead to sales. Totally, Kylie. And I'm gonna come back to you when I get to my third tip, because I think you're gonna want to weigh in on that too. Hey, Ryan. So JAW Jaw Speaks. I'm a wellness coach. I teach parents who work for themselves how to stress less. How would I put together